Coronation Street, P694/47, Part 1, Take 1.
Edited copy.
You know they want to take these buckets and spades with them, don't you?
Sorry, love, I didn't catch
Just
you.
those?
Oh, yes, I know. It's like a trip to the seaside.
Yeah, well, as far as they're concerned, that's just about all it is. Are you sure you want to go?
No.
Well, it's too late.
Oh, I hate this bit. It was so different with everything gone. It's just like a room.
Yeah. Well, that's all it is. We just disguised it for a while. Bricks and mortar, don't care who live in them.
Doesn't it get you? It doesn't seem like home anymore.
It doesn't anymore, love. And by the time the dealer's men have been tomorrow, there'll be nothing left here to say that the Barlows slept here.
And I suppose there'll be other people moving in and everything.
Yep, and somewhere in Jamaica, in some palatial apartment, there'll be some other people moving out thinking the same thing. I hope.
It was you who talked me into it. I said Eileen Huskisson.
I talked you into
Just
it.
'cause you fancied her.
It was you that fancied her, mate. She had you round her little finger from the word go.
Oh, let's drop it. We were taken for a ride.
Morning. Morning, shipmates.
It's you.
Well, it's not a brass monkey. Not this weather,
Now,
anyhow.
what can we do you for?
Well, it's about a water geyser. I want one at the garage. Can you two do it, or should I get a plumber?
Very comical.
No, only I'd heard you gone into the bread and breakfast line, like.
If you want a water geyser on your wall and not down your throat, you better up it, mate.
Bit touching, eh? Still, it's not surprising, really. I mean, she did make you look a right pair.
I'm warning you.
Do you realise they must have been at it all week?
7 days, I reckon.
Every time we saw him, how do you do?
Every time we went in the Rovers, there he was.
Supping. Every time we walked in.
Then he'd be away.
Come back here, eating all our grub.
And the rest.
And the rest.
Still, you're giving her the boot now, haven't you? You haven't?
Well, not exactly, no.
It was her birthday. Well, she said it was.
I mean, that's what really makes you want to spit, isn't it? After all that, and we even gave her flaming birthday presents, this morning she just doesn't show up.
And she didn't even ring up either. I always thought there was something funny from the word go, though, you know. I mean, a cracking bit of stuff like that. Doing a job like this.
Sorry I'm late.
There you are. You can give it to her now.
Huh?
The boot, I mean.
Hello? Terrible cold, isn't it? I stood at that bus stop 20 minutes. My feet are like blocks of ice.
Well, you did get here, then.
Yeah, well, the real trouble was my birthday party last night. I mean, you know how it is.
Oh, a bit hungover, eh? Yes, I thought that's what it'd be. I was just saying to Len.
Hey, I must tell you, them tights you bought me, well, last night at this club in the lights, they looked terrific. All the fellas said.
Oh, well, I did think they were very you-like.
Yeah, well, you don't often meet a fella that can just hit the right thing like that. I mean, my Charlie's got no idea at all. He's useless.
He's not the only one, is he?
Anyway, you'd all better clear off now, because I've got to get started.
Yeah, well, come on.
Yes, right. Dinner usual time.
12:30, not a minute sooner.
See you later, then.
See you dinner time.
Like putty. And I thought you two could handle women. Get it out.
Of course I remember Les McGee. Did he tie me up to the Liberal Club railings for an whole afternoon just because I bashed his kid brother?
Yeah, well, he's moved on a bit since then. Same general style, but he uses aftershave now, if you get me.
I think I do, yes.
Fellas.
Now, don't say they're all alike, because they're not.
They're not?
No, some of them's got red hair. Haven't they, Mr. Tatlock?
Eh?
Why didn't I think of saying that? They all talk about it, you know, Mr. Tatlock, your powers of observation.
Now, look, I've come in here to pick up the replies to my advertisement for an housekeeper, so that I can get started interviewing.
Oh, well, there hasn't been a stampede, you know. I mean, there was a couple of can-can dancers and a gaiety girl, and I says to myself, no, that's not what Mr. Tatlock's looking for.
No, it isn't. How many serious replies have you had?
No, none.
None?
It's early days yet.
Look, you keep out of this. Like it's not it's your fault the way you wrote out the advertisement.
What's wrong with it?
Apply within, that's what's wrong with it.
How'd you make that out?
Well, it only stands to reason. You should have put my address on it. It puts them off, this apply within.
Don't be daft, everybody.
You don't think, do you? You know folks don't like your broadcast, that they're going round looking for jobs. You know all the gossip that goes on in shops.
Yeah, well, it was just so that you wouldn't be bothered with the nuisance calls, like.
Well, I'm not being bothered by anybody, am I? And what's the good of that? Oh, come on.
Got lovely eyelashes, though, hasn't it?
Sliced loaf and a quarter of tea.
Right, love.
Oh, you were growing a big girl. Love, any courting?
No, nobody'll have me.
Well, count your blessings. You know they're knocking me down come next April.
Oh, you look all right to me.
Our Nellie's going and all. Demolished, you know. They're all coming down. Developing like. Only why I say is because of seeing that card in window.
Oh, I to just do you that.
I suppose you know the gentleman in this street, is he?
That's right, next door to Rovers.
Not that Mr. Fairclough.
No, it be a man by the name of Tatlock.
Oh, him.
Shall I tell him you was asking about it?
Well, if you like. And you can tell him I'd sooner stop it rubble and all. I've met him.
Of course, it were very different circumstances to when you went away.
Oh, yes, well, that was a case of necessity. But I never had any cause to regret it. I hope Kenneth can say the same in the years to come.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make a go of it. He's always been very industrious.
Yes, and he's not the only one. I could name one or two that's been very industrious behind my back.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I don't know what you mean, Ina, but I will pretend that I haven't noticed that you've been very rude, considering...
Considering what?
Well, considering that you haven't seen your friends for some time, and if that's the best you can manage in the way of an how do you do, you can stop away.
Oh, heck, what have you been feeding her?
Well, I'm not going to try being sarcastic back, Ina, because I'm not very good at it, but I'm not having you getting on your high horse over me.
Oh, well, they say attack is the best form of defence. You're learning, aren't you?
Oh, no, I'm not, because I've got nothing to defend.
Well, I was going to give the pair of you the length of my tongue, but I'm beginning to think you might be good for her.
I am.
Right, well, you can be good for me and get me a drink in.
Betty?
Yes, love?
Milk stout, please.
Yes. We was talking about Handel when he was going emigrating, like what Kenneth's doing now.
Oh, lots have gone from round here, you know.
Oh, yes, I remember when Cassie McIntyre went. Well, that was some time back now, Australia.
Yes, and there was a bit more room when they'd gone and all.
And she had some more when they got there. 12 or 13 all told.
Well, that's what they want, you know, these places, people.
When Cassie McIntyre went, they had to do what folk are still talking about. In fact, some folks are still recovering from it. I believe my laddo's having one.
Oh, yes, Ina, we've all been invited.
Yes, well, I'll leave all that to you, Mrs. Walker.
Exactly how many have been invited?
Well, you name them, they're invited.
Well, I always think that an attractive running buffet meets all the requirements. Now, we have coped with several memorable occasions of that sort in this house. Nobody's ever complained.
There aren't many landladies who can say that, Mrs. Walker. I'm in your hands. But you can only get what you pay for, so if you give me a rough idea of
I wouldn't think of it, Kenneth. Certainly not. We are going to send you off in style, and in my book, I can't speak for others in my position, but in my book, it certainly would not be in style to present you with a bill. No, indeed.
Well, that's very good of you, Mrs. Walker.
Not
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank you.
Don't fret, love. It's the salt in the sandwiches. You know, it soon recovers the cost.
That is an ignoble thought, Betty.
Oh, Gio, I'd do it myself.
Hey, Squire. Close your eyes, no doubt your hands.
Oh, no, I've been caught like that before.
Oh, not this time, mate. Not 50, not 100, but 130 nicker, all yours. There you are.
You got all that?
Ah, you're looking at a first-class salesman, mate.
He's a lousy mechanic, but he's a smooth talker.
I only paid 150 for it.
Come on, love, don't let it get cold.
Steak and kidney, smashing.
You need something a bit solid this weather.
You'll have me getting fat.
Oh, cuddly. Oh, I've left their pudding on the gas.
Are you sure they don't mind me being here?
No, honestly, they were ever so nice about it. They didn't say a word this morning. I was sure they would.
It's fantastic, that. You must be dimmer than they look.
I feel a bit lean, you know.
Maybe we should have booked a table.
No, I think we must be setting sitting.
Come on, fellas. Lots more where this come from. You don't mind me starting before you?
Carry on, mate.
Only I've got to be off, like.
Steak and kidney. Charlie thrives on it.
Marvellous.
Well, you want a cup of tea before you go back to work, Charlie?
You better tell 'em, love.
I don't think I can.
Tell 'em what, love?
Well, it can't be she's brought the mice and dinner service because we haven't got one.
Come on, let's be having it.
Well, it's... Oh, and you've been so nice to me and everything.
And to myself, like, very sporting.
But, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
Why not?
Well, 'cause, sorry, fellas, but I found her a better billet. Not that she hasn't been very happy here, because she has, but, well, it's not the ideal arrangement. Not for us, you see.
I'd noticed it wasn't the ideal arrangement, too.
It's me, you see.
I was trying to put my finger on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this is a lot better than her last place. But this time I've really got her fixed up a lovely little number. You know, more suburban-like. A fellow what works in town. Sort of pinstripe bloke, you know. Oh, and there'd be none of this how's your father with him coming in and out every minute. He's a more regular sort of... You know. Well, I must admit I was very embarrassed yesterday, you two walking in like that.
Yes, I thought I was pretty brass-faced.
Aye, well, you see how it is, don't you?
Yeah, we flaming do, mate, we do.
Oh, I mean, me being on nights and all, the cab, you know, taking turn and turn about with me dad. And her mother and all. Can't stick me, her mother.
I wonder why.
Oh, you can't please everyone, can you? Anyway, the upshot of it is we never see each other. This is the only way we can get a bit of time together, private-like. Her taking a domestic job. That was me dad's idea. Dead smart, me dad.
Has your ma got any bright ideas and all?
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing you then, fellas, and, well, thanks a million. You've been a real couple of aces. Cheerio, love. Sorry I can't stop. I'll pick you up at about 6.
All right.
Charlie, me darling, you can pick her up now, right now.
That's very right, Charlie. It's been lovely knowing you, but enough is flaming enough.
Oh, I don't mind stopping till the usual time, honest.
Yeah, but with Charlie being away, you'll have now to occupy yourself, will you?
There's no need to be like that.
I'll tell you what, sweetheart, I'll take Charlie's place and you can work out your notice.
Get your coat, love. There's no need to stand for that. And you want to watch it, mate? Oh!
Honest, I'm sorry. I just wish you could see it from our side.
Don't bother, love. Come on.
Well, you see, there's me wages, money.
Money?
Well, how much?
10 quid, mate. Less 2. That's for Charlie's scoff. Less another one. That's for this afternoon.
Hey, she was quite willing to work the full day.
Yeah, look at you arguing, mate.
Well, if you're going to be like
I
that...
am.
Oh, come on, love. Let's forget it.
Well, it's been nice. No hard feelings, eh?
I'll tell you this, you'll not get another one like her. And I hope that pudding chokes you.
You know, I thought you were going to disembowel him then when he said about this nice little place in the suburbs.
You know, if he'd have been a different kind of fella,
Yeah, none of this how's your father.
I'd have kicked his teeth in.
Hey, you know that crack about choking on the pudding? By the look of it, it could come true.
Jackson's?
Jackson's it is. Hey, ever been flaming had?
Hi.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you wrote it down, nobody'd believe you, would
It's
they?
always the way, isn't it? Hello, Ken. Kenneth.
Oh, sorry. Nostalgia.
I mean, you're a long-last lingering Luke, eh?
Yeah, something like that.
And laughing your boots off, I'll bet.
Coronation Street, P694/47, Part 2, Take 1.
You've got the cheek to charge me a bob.
Well, we don't guarantee results, you know.
Look, it's no joke. It's a matter of emergency to me.
I know that, honestly, but what do you want me to do? I can't go in the streets and drag 'em in, can I? You'll have to wait, that's all.
I know, and the longer I wait, the more brass I'm putting in your pocket, aren't I? Wonder you're laughing. Hello.
Did he just join in the First World War, or did he actually start it?
Well, either way, it weren't no laughing matter.
I know that, but you should have heard him going on at me just because nobody's answered his flipping advertisement.
Nobody.
Oh, well, that's what I've told him. 1 or 2 come in, but, you know, as soon as they heard it was him, like...
I see.
Well, I couldn't tell him that, could I?
Oh, well, he's made his bed. Poor fella.
Squire, you must have given your farewells to every crumbling brick in the place.
Oh, I'm not that sentimental.
Oh, well, keep smiling, have a chip.
Your last genuine Jackson's chip.
Off last Sunday's scandal sheet. Not exactly hygienic, but it does give it a bit of spice. Ho, ho.
Yeah, hey, well, what is all this anyway? What happened to that little, little dolly bird?
No, it was only a rumour.
No, pull the other one.
No, she wasn't real, you see, just a figment of our imagination.
It's the only explanation.
I see, I think. Oh, by the way, talking of rumours, I hear there's a little farewell do at the Rovers tonight. I hope you'll be there.
We'll be there, Squire.
Yeah, Ray.
Huh?
Give us another chip.
Oh, you've got to come, Uncle Albert.
No. No, as far as I'm concerned, it'd only make it worse. I'd be a blight on the proceedings.
Oh, never.
No.
But at least drop in, even if you don't stay.
Oh, my mind's made up. Not that I don't wish you well, because I do.
I know, love.
You see, when you've gone, I'd have nobody else. And I don't fancy drinking to that.
I know, but you see, it's Ken's life, and I've got to go where he goes.
But, look, I'll tell you what I would like. You'll want somebody to look after the twins tonight, won't you?
Well, Oh, would you like to have them?
Well, I wouldn't ask else. And they could stop the night.
Oh, yes, that's a smashing idea.
Well, hey, where are they now?
They're at Mrs. Caldwell. She's giving them the tea.
Oh, yeah, she would try and muscle in, she would. You know, she's jealous of me with them two.
No, she's not. Shall I tell her to bring them round then, later?
Yeah.
Hello. I got those plastic bags that you wanted. Oh, Uncle Albert.
Oh, mate. Well, look, I'll be off then, and I'll get the beds heard.
You taking in lodgers, then?
The twins tonight.
Oh, how do you manage to palm them off with Uncle Albert?
I didn't. He asked if he could. He doesn't want to come to the party, you know.
Ah, poor Uncle Albert.
He's upset, you know.
Well, it can't be helped, though.
Do we have to have a party?
Oh, what would you sooner?
Oh, you know, just spend it here, just the two of us. Nothing special.
Do you mean to say that there's nothing special about the two?
Oh, you know what I mean. I mean, a party's all right, but there's something, I don't know, about your last night in your home.
Well, only this morning you were saying it already didn't seem like
Oh, I'll enjoy having a drink with everybody. I don't mean that.
All right, well, I'll tell you what we do. I know what you mean. We'll nip out early, should we?
There'll be no kids here waking up and coming in. We're going to have it all to ourselves.
I'm with you. But, first of all, the Rovers. Once they've had a few, we'll be able to slip out. But you try to do them out of free scoff and free booze, and they'll be held to pay. Anyway, listen, I got to return a couple of books. Is there anything else you want me to do?
No, it was only the plastic bags. Will you stop off at Inkerman Street and tell Mrs. Baxter that it's all right about the kids after all?
Yeah, OK. And look, don't bother making any tea, love. I'll go straight to the Rovers, OK?
Oh, not in that shirt.
There's nothing wrong with this shirt.
Oh, Ken, look, I've just ironed you one
be
clean.
Quiet. This one's perfectly all right. Now, see you at the Rovers. And don't be late.
Now, we'll need a few more crates of pale, won't we? So ask Billy to help when he comes in.
You'll be able to stand a siege at the back of this bar by the time you've finished. Shall I go and fetch the food in?
No, love, I think we'll leave the buffet for a while. The early birds may catch the worms, but they'll have to wait for my canapes.
Not bad, Anthony. In fact, quite tasty as worms go.
Lucille, please.
That was the way the smoked salmon spread, comes out of the tube.
That'll be quite enough of that, and leave the food alone, thank you.
Oh, but I'm a compulsive eater. It's because no one loves me.
For once, Albert Tatlock does have my sympathy.
Oh, he's not as bad as folk make out.
Oh, he's most likely every bit as bad, but that doesn't exclude him from sympathy. No, it was what made his life worth living, going round to Val's of a morning to have a grumble. It was what he got up of a morning for.
Well, look who's here.
Positively final appearance by public demand.
Usual, love.
Yes, please.
Hey, this time next week you'll be there, I should think.
No, we're going to stop at Val's mother until Monday. Now, this time next week, we should be just about sneaking up on the Azores.
Oh, you lucky beggars.
Betty, have you got anything to eat? I don't feel like starting one of these dudes on an empty tummy,
Well, there's quite a lot of stuff done, so seeing as it's you.
Okay.
Am I looking sensational?
Oh, wow. Pure dynamite.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. Pity there'll be no one to blow up now you were going.
Kenneth? This is a very sad evening for me.
Oh, for me too, Mrs. Walker.
Intelligent conversation will die the death in this street, and that I shall sorely miss. But I've seen this day coming, and all I have to say...
Auntie Annie, don't you think it's a bit early for speechifying just yet?
Yes, and don't you think you should wait until they're both here? Oh, you have invited your wife.
Oh, yes. She'll be along in no time. She's just fixing her wig, you know.
My arms could ever hold. I heard someone whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon was turned to gold. Now I'm no longer.
Oh.
Without a dream. Without a love.
Ah, here we are then. Come to see you get a proper send-off.
Just to wish you all the best, you know.
Sam's even dug out his typing when he found outside the Conservative Club.
Oh, they do embarrass you women, don't they?
Oh, get away. Who was it dug your tie out in the first place, Annie Road? I said you'll see him off proper, I said, or not
If
at
you
all.
don't shut up, I think we'll see you off.
Well, tell him where your tie was. Go on, tell him.
Oh, shut up, the pair of you. We'd soon have a party.
Right. Well, seeing as it's me that's sailing, I suppose it's up to me to be the first to push the boat out.
Mine's a pack.
OK.
And I'll have a James Bond.
What?
Well, you know what he always has. A vodka teeny.
Oh, well, so long as it's just a vodka teeny weeny.
Oh, into your scream. Hey, we're going to miss your way with words, you know, Ken. Them of us what can appreciate it.
Oh, Mr. Sharples, would you care to join us?
Hey, I thought you were never going to ask me.
Oh, as soon as we get some service.
Oh, yeah, Chuck said you'd be all right.
Mrs. Walker, you've done us proud.
Oh, it's not all here, Kenneth. I thought it was wise to hold some back.
Ah, great. Well, now, let's see what it is. 2 pints and a pint for you, Mr. Outside. Please. A milk stout.
Yes, please.
The sherry. And 1 vodka teeny. Shaken, not stirred, Hilda?
Eh? Oh, yeah, 'tis freezing, isn't it? They say there's worse to come, you know.
Your Val wants to get a bit of a move on. Why don't you give her a ring, love?
Oh, yeah, I will. Is that all right, Mrs. Walker? She's the first ring bell.
Do, Kenneth, do.
Hello. Oh, hi. Yeah, I know, love, but you've no idea. When I got the dress out, the hem had come unpicked. And... Well, you just have to wait. I haven't got another dress and my hair's still wet.
Well, come as you are. Wet hair, no dress, it's all the rage. Don't be so bashful. Oh, come on, got to put your face on. Look, why not come with the one that God gave you? We both happen to like it.
Look, give me about half an hour. Well, 20 minutes and I'll be fit to be seen. Yes, well, you're my husband, so it's a bit different. That's a bit cheeky, even for you. Soon as I can. Bye.
Yeah, she'll be along in about half an hour.
We fit then? I suppose we'd better get down there.
I'll try and sound a bit keen. You're not going to a flaming wake.
Well, I'm not very keen, actually. This is one bevy I could do without. You're not sorry to see him go, are you?
Yes, I am, as it happens. Well, I mean, you know that time when everybody was talking and that?
I remember.
Well, it wasn't all friendship, not on my part. I think she's all right, is our Val. In fact, I think she's a lot more than all right. You know, he's a lucky fella, Ken Barlow. Her and Jamaica.
Go on, then.
Down.